What's this gun doing? I hope there's somebody in the passenger lane. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, he's talking to her. Cause this bitch kept looking at me in her side mirror, like I was doing something. I think she's all sketched out, cause she got over in the left lane, which is the lane that ends. But I couldn't see that she had a dude in the car with her, so maybe she's getting that snatch aid. What is going on, guys? So what I want to talk to you guys about today is something I was thinking about recently, about how a lot of guys that ride solely ride. Like, there's a lot of guys that ride and have no other means of transportation aside from their bike. Baker X Derek's one. He's said multiple times he hasn't owned a car, I think it's like for 2 or 3 years. And I mean, a lot of people make this their daily commuter. Obviously, if you live in a place like Boston, it's really not possible unless you take the public transportation during the winter and stuff, because it's just, I mean, let's face it, no matter how bad of a motherfucker you are, you can't ride this year-round up here. The snow, like, it's not even legal. Like, but so I myself, when I lived in New Orleans, we had our Honda Civic prior to buying the CRV. We had our Honda Civic and we had my CBR. Now, this feels loose. What the fuck? So the way my wife and I's schedules were in New Orleans, she always worked. She would get up and leave the house at about 6:45 to go to work. She worked about 45 minutes away in a city called the Place. So she would leave about 6:45, 7. She would get home around 4 o'clock. Now me, I worked the PM shift at my hotel. I worked from 3 to 11, so I would be starting to get ready at about 2, leave the house at 2:30, get to work, and even though I was 3 to 11, I never left my hotel until about 1:30 at the earliest. So I'd usually get home about 2:30 in the morning, and then then I'd come in, literally give her a kiss, go to sleep, wake up, she'd be gone, and we didn't see each other for 5 days out of the week. So it was a pretty shitty schedule, and it made it to the point, to where, although I didn't solely own, I didn't just own a bike, I had a car, I really only had a bike because she was never there when I was there. If I ever needed to go anywhere, it had to be the bike. There was no way around that because there was nothing, I had nothing else. So I was a daily rider. Everywhere I went, it was on the bike. I had to go somewhere, I was on the bike. Rain or shine, everywhere I went in New Orleans was on the bike. And to be honest, I think obviously logging more hours on your bike makes you a better rider. But to me, I think everyone should take, if you have a car and a bike, I think the first 2 months of riding season, if you have a season up there, and unless it's all year round, for 3 straight months, I think you should only allow yourself to ride the bike. Because in those 2 to 3 straight months of solely riding and not driving anywhere, you are opening yourself up to experiencing so many different situations when on the road. Now, I know a lot of people don't like riding in the rain, but to me, you need to get your ass out and you need to ride in the rain, because that is a very vital skill to riding a motorcycle. I mean, when we moved to Virginia, or when we moved from Virginia Beach to New Orleans, all the way from Mobile, Alabama to New Orleans, it was absolutely downpouring on me. And it was a good thing I'd ridden in the rain before, because I got there safely. But if that happens to somebody that has never, ever ridden in the rain, it's going to freak you the fuck out. And you're going to think you can't do things that you can do, or think you can do things that you can't do. And it's going to set you up for failure and set you up for a big bruise on your ass and a big hunk of junk in your garage that you need to pay a lot of money to fix. So I think daily riders are safer riders because you're used to anything that can happen. You've experienced it before. I mean, obviously, no one's that, even if you ride every day, you haven't experienced everything that can happen because you never know what can happen out on the road, man. Cages don't see us, and I mean, stupid shit happens. Stupid shit happens. There's things that happen that nobody can stop either. So, how many of that? My whole point in this is I want to know how many of you guys are daily riders. How many of you guys only ride, no matter where you're going? The only way you get anywhere is by riding. You don't own a car, you only ride. Because I think that's a really cool thing, and I think that really shows you how deep of a passion people have for motorcycles. Because you're really opening yourself up when you ride a bike, and whenever you open yourself up to the point where if you need to go somewhere, you have to be on a bike. That's dedication, and to me, that's love. That's love for riding a motorcycle right there. Because you're willing to sacrifice and be inconvenienced a lot. Because I mean, what can you do with a bike? You can get from point A to point B. You can't bring shit. You can't bring anything. You need to go to the grocery store. How are you getting your shit back? Like, especially on a bike like this, are you gonna put saddlebags on it and throw your shit inside? No. So it's definitely a sacrifice, but it's something that people do because they love it. So let me know down in the comments section how many of you guys are daily riders. Look forward to seeing all the comments and hearing all the feedback from you guys. As always, I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you next time. Have a good one. Peace. And I'm gonna let you say peace this time. You say peace.
Me?
1, 2, 3.
Peace.
Oh, sweet G. The one guy looks at him and says, "Hey, so does ZJMotovlogs work here?"